Thank God for Ricky Gervais going off Sunday night to let people know that you still got a voice, okay? We still got a voice. You know what? If they want to cancel your TV show, we don't have one. If they want to cancel my Twitter account, I'll keep telling jokes.
Right.
You know, so we're in a society right now that we're not going to stop. The Comedy Store's not going to shut down.
Right.
You know, none of the other clubs are going to shut down. So you have to say that's what comedy is. It's the truth. It's the truth. So that's what are you scared of? Hearing the fucking
Comedy
truth?
is a dark room where adults go to hear the uncomfortable truths.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
You know, when I saw those people at the Grammys, the Golden Globes, they were fucking moving in their chair. That means a comic did his job. That means a comic did his job. And the people that had a sense of humor, they were laughing. They didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know, it's what happens is you're at a table with 6 guys. Tom Hanks is at that table. I'm not allowed to laugh. Fuck you. Fuck you, Tom Hanks, with that long head of yours.
He said Scorsese wasn't tall enough to ride. How much time are you spending at amusement park?
Yeah.
He's not tall enough to ride the ride.
Felicity Hoffman license plate, all that shit.
So funny.
That's brilliant shit. And then at the end, he said something that you want to tell people every day. And you can't, because that's how I know I live my life. I know that half of these people walk around with 1 foot in and 1 foot out, and they brag to you about the 1 foot in, about how good of people they are. They donate to fucking this, they do this, but then they have this other leg in this fucking destruction mode where, you know, their employees are jumping out fucking windows, and, you know. Fucking
the line about ISIS having a streaming service was the best.
And you know what? And then that line.
What was the Jeffrey Epstein line? That was funny too.
God damn it.
He said something about it and he was talking about his
you have to take your own private plane today.
But look at even the fucking ISIS line. The ISIS line is a joke. But to you people listening at the house, it's not a joke. These people will either scab off a dog's knee. They don't give a fuck. They really don't give a fuck. You know, he made a Harvey Weinstein joke or something. There's.
That was it. He said it was like it was something about Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein, wasn't it?
Well, Epstein was. He said that he'd rather be. This is the last time he's doing it. That you'd much rather be watching. That Netflix is. Everybody's streaming. Television dead. Movies dead. Everybody's streaming. Everybody's talking about Netflix. That his show is on Netflix about a guy who's thinking of killing himself after his wife dies of cancer. He goes, spoiler alert, he doesn't kill himself, just like Jeffrey Epstein.
That was it.
And he goes, oh, I know, he was your friend, I don't care. You know? And then he goes, you had to get your own flight here tonight. And that's the truth. You know, listen, even in comedy. Okay, you were around for Kennison, or were not?
I was a kid. I mean, I was in high school, and
okay. So you weren't at the
I went and saw. No. But I saw Kennison when I was 16. I was such a fan. I bought a ticket by myself. I went to the Tupperware Theater in Orlando and sat there and watched him.
But my point is that if you knew Kennison, like I didn't know Kennison, but I see it now on smaller scales. There's always that one rich guy at the Comedy Store that's his parents are filthy rich. Nobody knows about it. He just goes up there, and since his comedy isn't up to par, he becomes something else. He has to lure them in with something else, you know. And when you could see that Jeffrey Epstein was just one of those guys that hobnobbed against big-time people, and then, take my jet, come to my island, you know. It became like a fucking joke. There's people like that creep into your circle, and they're called, what are those people that if you eat cake, they give you cake? What are those
enablers?
People? Enablers. They're really like fucking enablers, like you know. And it was weird that when he said it, he struck a chord with all those people. Jeffrey Epstein would be at all those parties mingling. They all knew who the fuck he was, you know. They all knew what was going on with Harvey Weinstein, what he was doing. They all knew, but they didn't give a fuck. Nobody raised their fucking hand. We live in a town where if we raise our hand, we lose our career. We care more about our pocketbook. You don't think anybody knew Harvey Weinstein was fucking broads or getting his dick sucked for movies? You gonna look me in the face and say that? You know those particular type of guys? They're like frat boy guys that you go to their parties and their girlfriends are there, but they're in a circle on their own, talking about the chicks they're banging on the side and all that shit. That's what those Jeffrey Epstein parties were. As soon as you walked in, Jeffrey would put his arm around you right in front of your wife, walk you away and go, excuse me, I need to talk to him. And she's like, oh, aren't I impressed? And also he's like, wait till you see the 16-year-old pussy I got waiting for you in the back today. I knew guys like that. I didn't hang out with them because of those reasons, but I know people like that. They're just creep. That's how they got cool. You know, invite a bunch of 40-year-olds to fuck a bunch of 18-year-olds. Who makes you cooler than that? If I called you right now and said, come over to the house, and you came over to my house, and I had 3 18-year-olds in the back with a couple lines of coke, and all of a sudden you get there, and you're like, who are they? And they're like, we're going to be in Joey's new movie. There ain't no movie. What movie are you talking? And you look at me like, really? Yeah. We're talking to Leonardo DiCaprio right now as we speak, and they're like, oh, we're going to work with Leo. Come on, do a line. Take the top slow. Let's get the party started. That's what it is. You're going to tell me you didn't know about those parties? You're going to look me in the Matt Damon didn't know about those? Brad Pitt didn't know about those? Leonardo DiCaprio didn't know about those? I'm not mad at them. I would have probably gone to those too.
Or taken the $20 million for the movie.
Or, you know what I'm saying? So we live in the worst, you know, I used to love to call, I'll tell you a guy, Mark Babbitt, because I
love Babbitt. And Babbitt worked you and I together. You and I met because Babbitt booked us together.
But I got into a point with Babbitt where I would just call him to say hello. And I would get off the phone. I would never ask him for work. Because I always wanted people, even today in comedy, there's a guy that gave me my first Wednesday in Brea. His name is Dan. He's out of the improv organization, but guess what? I still call him once a month because I know no other comedians call that guy.
Yeah.
Once you're out of a position to put money in my pocket, we don't need you no more. I think that's horrible. I think whoever raised you did a bad job.
Yeah.
I think that, and I don't do that with people. Even after somebody leaves a club, if they took care of me, I try to call them once a fucking year. I still call the bowler from San Jose. They used to have a manager on the weekends. He was a professional bowler. He just gave up and moved to Vegas. I still check in with him once a year to let him know that all those spots he gave me weren't in vain.